The royal borough of Berwick-upon-Tweed was once Scotland's leading port and a prize coveted by England. The town changed hands 14 times in 300 years before England seized permanent control in 1482. Berwick became a fortress. Visitors can walk along the top of the Elizabethan walls, which circle the town, and visit the barracks. Medieval walls line the quayside, where the Tweed is spanned by 3 bridges. This is the home of the town's famous herd of mute swans. The Tweed's other well-known inhabitants are the salmon. The nets are cast twice a day near the mouth of the river. The 18th century jail in Berwick Town Hall has been preserved, complete with leg irons and copperplate graffiti. Many of its inmates were drunken sailors who left their mark. There are guided tours twice a day, at the end of which visitors can ring the town hall bells. Each evening at 8, the curfew bell is rung, a custom totally appropriate, as the local myth is that the town is still at war with Russia over the Crimea. With its pantile roofs and Georgian sandstone houses, Berwick has a style of its own. Even the Berwick cockles turn out to be boiled sweets. Crabs are a speciality on Holy Island, 12 miles south of Berwick. It's a mile off the mainland, reached by causeway at low tide. Holy Island was known as Lindisfarne when St Aidan arrived here in the 7th century, bringing Christianity to England. His monastery was later sacked by the Vikings, and a Benedictine priory built here in the 11th century. Fortified by locally produced mead, visitors can tackle the steep climb to the island's most popular tourist attraction. Lindisfarne Castle is so small that at peak times it can't accommodate all those who want to see it. Yet it's possible to find empty beaches on the island's nature reserve and wait for the seals to swim inshore for their afternoon siesta. In 1838, local lighthouse keeper's daughter Grace Darling rowed a small boat through a gale to rescue 9 survivors of a shipwreck. She became a national heroine, with a memorial in the churchyard of her native village, Bamborough. Artists and tourists are drawn to Bamborough by its dramatic castle and white sandy beach. The castle is surprisingly modern. Most of it was restored at the turn of the century. The keep, however, is Norman. Bamborough Beach is crowded by Northumberland standards, although windbreakers are more common than bikinis. This coastline has been designated an area of outstanding natural beauty, and there's a lot to explore.
Oh, that's lovely. Can you see his sharp claws?
Rock pooling at Bamborough is one of the most popular guided walks organised by the Northumberland National Park to help visitors make the most of coast and countryside. Nine miles inland from Berwick, the Heatherslaw Light Railway carries passengers on a 15-minute journey along the River Till. If the driver spots any interesting wildlife, he'll stop the train. Fishing permits cost £4 a day. The train stops at Etal Village, which has a ruined 14th century border castle, picture postcard cottage gardens, and the only thatched pub in Northumberland. The village has its own quoits team. Visitors can see craftsmen at work and learn to spin using wool from local sheep. The Heatherslaw water-driven corn mill is also open to the public. The flour is sold to local bakers. The nearby Ford Village Hall houses an unexpected gem: biblical murals painted more than a century ago by Lady Waterford of Ford Castle. A short drive away are the Cheviot Hills, where you can walk all day without meeting another person. In fact, for a getaway from it all holiday, Northumberland, with its wild countryside and empty beaches, is hard to beat.